Hi everyone, this is Dee from Living With Me. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time. So in today's video, I really don't have a topic that I want to talk about. It's just more of a rant, and I kind of want to update you on how my debt payoff journey is going. And I'm probably going to be touching a lot of subjects, but mainly I want to kind of update you really on what's going on. So I started my debt payoff journey in August, September 2025. It's been a few months now, and although I still have a long way to go, it's going well. And again, there's a lot of work to be done. However, there are a few things that already feel like I have conquered a war or climbed a mountain. And what I mean by that is that I have done certain things and implemented certain behaviors that have made me feel like I am doing much more than I even am. But that made me think that whatever you do, no matter if it's physical activity and wanting to exercise more, or paying off debt, or in general wanting to take care of your finances, or whatever category of your life, know that if you do every day a little bit, but do it over time, over a long period of time, your odds of succeeding are higher than if you don't do much throughout time, but one day you just do so much. And in theory, I knew that forever, always. But in practice, it kind of only hit me recently. It first hit me in a form of exercise. In 2022, I started working out every day, and not hours on a given day, but 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Just enough for me to kind of give my body a reminder why moving and exercise is important. And then I increased it some days by 5 minutes, some days by a minute, some days I didn't increase it at all. Some days, no matter of fact, I went under the 10 minutes goal or whatever the goal was for the day. The whole year of 2022 went by, and I realized that I exercised the majority of the year. And maybe I didn't build a six-pack, but I built something that was inevitably felt in me, and that was confidence, and that was a better feeling about myself, about my body, and I also felt stronger. And so 2022 went by, 2023 came, and I continued, and slowly I started feeling that my clothes fit better. And then 2024 came, and I continued, and it just, all in all, a wonderful feeling. Then 2025 hit, and I went and had a breast reduction, which naturally limited me on how much I can do, but my body still kept kind of feeling good. And if this is what they call muscle memory, then I definitely felt it. It felt wonderful. Now that it's been 11 months since I had my breast reduction, and I only have reintroduced exercise a little, I feel like I'm craving it, which means that over these past 3 or so years, I have built a momentum, and that's wonderful. And that's the first time in my life that I really realized in practice that, whoa, if you do a little bit every day, it's better than not doing anything and then one day just going all in. A few months ago, when I started paying off debt, and this is how I want to connect these two matters, and again, this can go into any category of your life, I realized that the same principles apply in this category as well. How? I didn't just right away say, hey, I'm going to put $10,000 aside and pay off 2 credit cards, and then I only have 1 left to pay off, and then I'm debt free. No, because I don't make that much money. However, what I started doing immediately is budgeting and removing excess expenses that I really don't need. And once you start tracking, or once I started tracking, I realized that a lot of money was just blown into the wind. Talking about the wind, today in Brooklyn, it's mad how windy it is. Like really windy. I'm looking at the tree behind you, really windy. So these little tweaks, like knowing where your money's going, and then realizing that you don't need a $10 chai latte or lunch by the office when you can bring food and even can make yourself a chai latte at home, changes a lot of things. So although it has only been 3 or so months, I've already made really amazing progress. And it's not about how much money I already paid off. It does matter, that's the whole goal. But it is about how it made me feel, and how empowered I feel, and how beautiful the progress that I can see feels because I made the tweaks. And again, I didn't put aside $20,000 right away overnight and, I took care of stuff. No, it's little things every day. For example, I need one thing at the drugstore. Let's say it's a shampoo. Before, I would go and I would buy the shampoo, and then all of a sudden I would see a conditioner that I don't even need because I have one at home, but I would buy it because it smells good, or I would buy 3 other items because cosmetics just feel so good when you shop for them, at least for me. Now I don't. And at first it's like, you have the urge to buy something, but then you realize, no, you have a goal, and little by little, it will all settle in if you don't just go and mindlessly spend. So one time I go and I just focus and I just buy that shampoo that I need. The next time I need something, I will then say, get that thing that you came for, that you need. Don't look at other things. And it's easier to look away. And then the third time, it's even easier. The fourth time, you don't even look. You just go grab what you need and you come out and pay and leave. Everything else feels like a lot of junk all of a sudden. So that's progress for me personally. So progress in terms of paying off debt specifically doesn't have to be visible right away, but you have to feel that it's going to give you a big impact down the line. So that is the same as trying to build a six-pack, but not aiming for the six-pack right away, knowing that running, lifting, doing other exercises will get you there, but the process is what matters. And I know whatever I'm saying right now is a lot of fluff, but I personally feel, and I hope it can help you, all that fluff is really what prevents us all from succeeding and achieving our goals, whatever the goals may be. And it also makes me understand that a lot of things in my life that I've done so far, I've done kind of backwards. I remember this one teacher in high school. I went to music school, art school, but my department was music. First day, first lesson, my teacher said to all of us 30 in the class, she said, mind you, we started at 30, only 12 graduated. And it'll all make sense in a minute when I tell you. She said in the first lesson, first class, it's 10% talent, it's 90% work. And naturally, it all went over our heads right away, at least over mine. And yet, I did work hard. But I also know now that I even knew then that a lot of things I kind of got right away because I was talented, and it was just enough for me in that moment to just get by or even get a good grade because I did it on talent. But now thinking from these shoes, I'm wondering how much more I could have achieved if I didn't just milk my talent in certain subjects, but also worked a little extra on top of the talent. So if I now know that I can save a lot of money by budgeting and not spending mindlessly, imagine if I did this for a long time, or if I set myself a goal of, hey, this month you're paying off this one card that has a limit of $3,000. How can I achieve this? Should I make more money? Should I spend less money? Should I, whatever the reasonings are. But I feel like if we do little things over time and adjust and set little goals versus a big goal that will eat us alive because it'll seem so unreachable, it can just feel overwhelming. And this is why I also agree that following the snowball method versus the avalanche method works for people like me who like to see results right away and lose interest over time, because me being in this mess financially is not a math problem. It is a mindset problem. So if you struggle with finances right now, or really with any aspect in your life where you kind of don't feel committed or you don't feel motivated or whatever it is, set little goals, little bite-sized goals, and focus. And actually, let me translate this into cleaning the house. My mom was someone who always loved to clean, or at least it appeared that she loved to clean, or she loved a tidy house. And that, in my mind, created such a burden or like a wall between me and a tidy house, because I always felt like she did it at the expense of us not being able to freely walk around because we'll make something messy, right? And it only recently hit me that she did that because that was the only proper thing that she had control of. So how do I do the same but with a twang? How do I also maintain a beautifully clean house like my mom without stressing my family out? So last weekend, I actually spent cleaning, which is unlike me. I'd rather clean every day a little bit versus slamming away one weekend, which is also something I had to learn the hard way. But now I'm thinking, wait, if I continue cleaning a little bit every day, or aka saving money a little bit every day, or not spending every day a lot, and knowing where your money is going, if you translated it into the money world, I could eventually have a clean house constantly if I set bite-sized cleaning sessions and keep the house tidy throughout weeks and days, right? So yesterday I cleaned the fridge. I feel so much better about it. Tomorrow I'll maybe clean the sink a little bit more. And that peace of mind that I get from having control over a little thing is much more powerful. I'm so sorry about the noise. Is much more powerful than just grinding away for a whole day and then just wanting everyone not to breathe around because you want it clean or organized. Or same with money. If you want to maintain control, you will eventually have to spend too, but if your goal is to pay off debt, you kind of need to be focused in a moment on budgeting, not spending a lot on mindless stuff, and really intentionally spending the money that you have to spend, right? So if you're struggling with finding any rhyme or reason behind money or anything you kind of can't control, my advice is take bite-sized pieces and focus on them in a moment. Once you achieve that little oomph, the next one will be easier, trust me. I know this video is all over the place. This is not my intention, but this is the best way for me to record and just kind of blab out what I feel in a moment. I hope you like this style of video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!